the streets of Africa to the screens of the world. Karibu to the ENVILA Show. I'm your host, OJ Mwenyewe, and the show is called ENVILA Show. First of all, before we dive in, I'd like you to subscribe, I'd like you to comment, and I'll ask you also to tell others about the show. So today we have a very, very special guest. He's going to introduce himself, and we'll dive into the topic. Karibu.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
My name is Alex Miringu, and I'm an author, a political visionary. Political visionary ni kizungu mingi ya ya nimejaribu kisiasa kidogo, kura hazikutosha. And I'm also a youth leader, and that is just me in 3 words.
At me in 3 words. So viewers, we have a very learned, powerful guest. Nimeshukuru sana Mr. Alex. So leo I'd like us to get into umeshaji introduce which tumefeel bila hata viewers I'll give you an opportunity to give them your handles, how they'll reach you as the show go on. So today our topic is going to be, we're going to talk about from passion to impact. A question whereby me personally, when I got this SMS, I was very curious. From passion to impact, what does it mean? Now I'll ask you my first question is this: what is passion to you? What is passion?
Well, for me, I think passion is the innate enthusiasm that actually drives us, what makes you wake up every day, that it is something, the enthusiasm from inside. So it's what drives us, what makes us wake up every day, what makes us, have, something to live for. But I always say you cannot, passion is good, but passion is incomplete without purpose.
Wow.
So I always say that you need to know your purpose so well for it to be driven. You see, like, passion fuels purpose.
Passion fuels purpose.
Yes. So it gives, like, for you to understand, like, the fuel, for you to understand passion very well without really knowing your purpose, it is just like what our Chief Justice called hot air.
Hot air. Yes. I remember the issue of hot
You remember the hot air issue?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it's hot air, whereby you're just passionate, but what drives that passion? So to every young, old person listening to us this day, I would like to tell them that before passion, and passion also drives us to purpose. Your passion can also drive you to purpose. And that is what, like, for me, before I knew I wanted to do politics, there's something I used to do when I was a child. I used to admire parliamentary proceedings.
Wow.
You can imagine a child. Instead of watching cartoons, for me, I would just sit down and watch parliamentary proceedings. That was...
So you're like, as in, you'll go to ile time ya KBC, it was in KBC.
Yes.
As in, they're showing parliament session and you're
parliament sessions, and I'm there watching. And my parents will really wonder, what kind of a child is this? You should be watching cartoons. Easy ni nini una watch, And it really got to a point where my parents were, and my siblings were like, we don't want Alex, wakati wa TV.
Anaona program. By the way, kusema kweli, the were time hiyo nini KBC ikionyesha parliament, we was to switch off automatically. Yani kama na video, remember VHS, kama DVD, VC, whatever, na switch off.
Yes, so for me, I used to love that. And you see, for you to really get to your passion, you need to unveil or revisit that inner child, the inner child in you. What really drove you when you were young? When you were a child, what really made you feel alive? So you need first to visit the younger you, because there is a secret that the younger you was so free that the passion zenye God ameweka ndani yako, he had put it even before you were born. So when you are a child, you realize this potential, you realize these different passions, and out of this passion is when you can able to tell what your purpose is.
Wow. So what I'm getting here, as a parent, this is something I'm noting. As a parent, it's good to build the passion of your child so that you can start nurturing it when they're young.
Definitely. And that is the problem most parents do. Okay, education is good,
Yes.
but it's not everything. Not in this kind of environment we've grown in, where we were told education is the key, but when time came, we found welded doors.
Which I'll get you.
You know, so we need to understand that actually, you know, parents need to understand and to see, what is my child passionate about? Is it music? Why don't you invest in that? You know, as much as this child will still go do education, pursue academic goals and all that, at the end of the day, that child, for them to live a life of fulfillment, because you see, purpose brings about fulfillment, and we have so many people living lives that are not fulfilled, you know, earning well, but still there is something that is missing. But if you are able to live, you know, a purposeful life, then your life becomes so easy even to do everything, to go about everything. Yes.
Wow, that one. I believe even the viewers, you have learned something. You have totally, to my, you have totally defined that point. Now, I'll give you a scenario, which I think it will give me to question number 2. Let me give you a scenario. Let's call him Eric. Eric, when he was young, alikuwa anapenda football. He used to watch akina Ronaldo, he used to play akina Messi and all that. Now, Eric, during the COVID pandemic, he started doing some graphic designs. He started doing things like those Photoshop. Now, every time he designs something, people are like commenting on some, this is it. Now, as we talk, can we say, now as we talk, Eric is now a graphic designer. Now it's his passion. Now, to you, from experience, do you believe that passion you can is it inbuilt, ama it comes out after some trials, error, and because of survival, it gives us the passion in you. You get to know your passion.
Okay. Wow, that's a good question. And as for you to know what you're really passionate about, I've given you one scenario where you first need to, you know, revisit your inner child, you know, try to see what you were passionate about when you were young, what you really loved, and all that. That is one. Two, you need to, I would say, do not fear to try. Okay, because the problem is, most of the young people, or most people fear trial. They generally fear trial. You want to try something, but you know, because you're afraid of failure, you don't want to try it. When you find yourself, you want to interest, there's an interest in, you have an interest in something, you need to give it a trial. Give it a trial. You never know, because out of that is when you will realize what you really want in your life. So for the case of James, where he was good in art, and then people are like, you know, clapping for him, this is good, this is it, but is that enough? Is that enough? Because you see, uh, he is passionate about maybe drawing, and maybe drawing is what makes him alive and all that. For the case of James, what I would ask him, does drawing, leave alone the you know, people celebrating you and all that, does drawing make you feel complete? Does drawing make you feel full again? Does drawing make you feel alive again? And then from there is when we can be able to know whether it is just something you're good in or something, you can be good at something, but you're not passionate about it. Like I'm good at, I can be good at eating, but, it doesn't mean that's what my passion is. Yes. So that is it. Have I answered your
Yeah,
question?
you have answered it.
Mhm.
What I've gotten, first of all, do not fear. That's number one.
Yes.
Do not fear. The audience, if you can get out of something out of this, do not fear to try. Alafu, I'll also say, with this Eric person, you have advised him to at least to to know, is it people who are forcing him to be there, or is it truly input? So
Yes.
that's
Like for me, I will tell you, for example,
Mhm.
I'm a son of a pastor,
Yes.
and I've been raised in the church setup. And while growing up, people, because I've seen my pastor preach, I've seen people do that, and I'm not saying preaching is bad. It's good, you know. Uh, and people really wanted to put me in that cocoon where you'll become a pastor, you are the next pastor,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, but when I was talking to God was telling me something else. No, this is not it. This is not what I really want you to do. This is not what the area I want you to pursue, and that whole thing changed, because for you to really know your purpose, if you don't go back to God, because He's your creator, He's the one who understands you better than yourself, so I when I prayed and God told me, no, I've called you to the mountain of governance. Okay, so pursue that. And sometimes it looks unreachable, unrealistic, but it is because I know this, that God has called me to this. I will keep on trying and trying and trying again and again and again until what God promised me, I must see it come to pass, But the problem is, you we grow in a certain environments, and those environments define us. Okay, I agree. Like becoming a pastor is not bad. It's a good thing. Actually, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to the community. It's a good thing, to my family. It's a good thing. And it sounds even good when even to God. But if that is not what God created me for, I'm missing the mark. I'm missing it.
Yes.
Yes. So uh, I grew up in such an environment. People, and I would preach, by the way, even when I was young. I would preach even in my primary school. I would preach, and but as time went by, when I was now asking God, is this really what you want me to do? Is this really what you have called me to? Well, I want to identify my purpose outside my parents, purpose, because our environment can define who we become, but that doesn't mean that is who we were meant to be. Yes. So people clapping for you because you're good at something. I can preach very well. I do preach even now, but I've refused to let that define me into that. Yes. So it might be good. You might be good at drawing, but is drawing enough for you? Does it make sense to you at the end of the day? Does it give you that satisfaction? Is it what really, when God created you, when God created you, is it what He really wanted you to do? Yes.
Thank you for that. Viewers, I'll still like to remind you the show, it's called ENVILA Show. I'm your host, OJ Mwenyewe, and I'll like to request you to continue sharing, give us your feedback, and subscribe. We have our very special guest, is called Alex. So Alex, I'd like us to go to question number 3, which I think one way or another you've answered it, but let me just read it for you. Because is passion enough? Why are some people broke and sin and burnt? Because there are some people who, let's say, for example, a musician, for example, that's the quickest part I can think of. He's passionate about music. Hiyo ndo something akilala akiamka is going to it. Lakini ukimwangalia he's not meeting the bills. Every day rent, the stories za wasanii. So you as a let me call you as the host, as the guest, what do you feel about, is passion enough to say kunasema ati passion ita pay the bills?
I would say passion is enough and passion is not enough. Passion is enough in senses, in this sense. What is the passion all about? Okay? Because you can be passionate about something, but it will take time before you reach there. I'm passionate about leadership, but leadership has not paid me even a cent to date. Actually, what I've done is invest even more to it. And that is what people fear. They fear to invest in passion or purpose. They fear to invest in it. They fear to, you want to just get into something and it gives you back, which is a problem. So if you're really passionate about something, I would say let the fruits be not the main aim, but just the reward. So if you enter, for example, I have also good musicians, my good friends who are musicians, and they're good at their thing, but you can see they enter into music and they suffocate it. What do I mean? You've entered into music, release maybe one music song or two, and then you want the music song to pay you. It will be very difficult because you need first, there's something called marketing and distribution in music before even, and that is after you've already invested for audio production, video production. You've done all this, everything before even you have the product. There is so much money you've used, and now I have the money. I've gone to the studio, recorded, I've done a video, and this is a very expensive affair in between. And now I have a product. Now, with this product, I need to market and distribute it. How do I do it? You see? Nowadays we have, YouTube and all that, but still, there's a lot of work that needs to be done for your music to reach to many people. Putting it on YouTube is not enough. You need to also invest in marketing and distribution of that song such that it will reach to even a wider audience.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, I'm passionate about this. What I can say, actually, passions takes more than it gives. It takes more. It takes more because when you're passionate about something, at first it will take more, but when the rewards come, and the reason I'm using rewards is not because a reward is something that comes out of effort. Okay, I will reward you something because I've seen you have earned it. Okay, I don't reward you something for the sake of it because you have earned it with time. So the effort you put is what matters, whether you will get the results or the reward or not. But the problem is, mimi ni msanii, naingia kwa usanii, naanza kuchapa usanii, ndio huyo mimi the first show, mnanilipa pesa ngapi? Itakuwa realistic. You need kuenda kwa hizo show, perform for free, show kadhaa. I'm also an MC. I don't know whether you saw that in my bio. I'm also an MC. And I can tell you from the year 2014, I started MC in 2014. From the year 2014, my first gig that I was paid like as an MC was in 2019.
Wow, that's like 5 years.
Yes. 5 years. Na hata hiyo yenye nililipwa, see, I had gone for free. And then these guys, decided to appreciate me with some, it was something good though. It was an appreciation, but good. But with time now is when people now see your value. So people need to see the value in your passion. But the problem is, we assume because niko na ngoma, I have value. No. I have 2 books. I've written 2 books.
Yes.
And I can tell you, writing is not enough. Distributing the books is what even counts. Is what matters. The rewards you'll get. How many people will that book reach out to? And that is work. And what we fear mostly young people fear is work. The reason they are saying, me, I'm passionate about this, they think it is the shortcut to success. But it's not. It's not. It's a lot of work. I remember when, I don't know, when I first ran for a political seat, I was 19 years. 19 years. I was named the youngest person to ever be on the ballot.
19,
Yes. And I remember one time when I was on ground. And one man said, this young boy thinks this is a shortcut yenye atakuwa tajiri haraka haraka na akuwe sawa tukimchagua, you know. And that is the mentality of people. They think, if I get into this, I will get rich quick and, you know, shida bye-bye and that's it. But what we really need to understand as young people, even passion needs work, and a lot of work. You must work for it. You must continue pursuing it, and you must invest in it for it to actually come to pay. But if you wait ati naongoja, mimi naongojanga tu nini, nimetoa ngoma ikunimeka YouTube nitulie, sorry manze, itapata views tatu and there is nothing that will happen, and then you will start being bitter, you know, najipush, people are not supporting me, nini. People want to see the value of what you're bringing on the table, and value is brought about by the quality first of what you're bringing on the table. Secondly, value can be brought by the audience you have. You know, if for example you're a musician and you have pushed your music, you have a wider audience, people will come and invest in you. But if I just say kuandika ngoma na kuproduce hiyo imenitosha, si nimetumia pesa, and it's true, you've invested until then, but as I've said, passion keeps on taking and taking and taking. It doesn't give. If you're there for it to give you, it might be a problem. It will give you later on, but what it gives you is not free gifts. It's a reward of effort put, a reward of the energy you put, a reward of the time, a reward of everything that you've put into it. So before it gives you back, be realistic.
Wow, me, I'm enlightened, totally enlightened. Put in your work, put in work, invest in your passion, and it will come through.
Yes.
So viewers, I'll continue reminding you, we have a special guest at the ENVILA show. It's called Alex, an MCA, the youngest MCA at 19.
MCA aspirant
at 19. Imagine at 19 years. So viewers, continue to share, continue to subscribe and like. So Alex, me, you have answered that question like kosa sana. So I'd like to go to question number 4. Question number 4. I think that I know. Why do you think so many people struggle to move from passion to impact?
Good.
What is getting in the way? Why is it taking a lot of time?
First, as I've said, when we were starting, is first, passion is not enough. It needs to be driven by purpose. So for the first thing you need to know is you need to understand your purpose. You know, purpose is the reason we live. The reason, we keep on going. So passion is not enough. For it to be impactful, you need to know first your purpose. I don't know, tumetikisha kunini mambo ya Biblia hapa. I told you I'm a good preacher, so I can preach.
Amen. No.
So I always put a good example of Moses. Moses, God placed the right passion in him. And the passion was go and rescue. The passion was the love for the Israelites. The purpose was you are the rescuer of the people of Israel. Okay? Yes. And Moses is there. We see him as the prince of Egypt. The crown prince. Actually, Moses was to become the next Pharaoh. Okay? Walking at the corridors of parliament. It's not parliament. Palace.
Uko palace.
Niko parliament bado jia protest. You know, at the corridors of palace. And then we see Moses now, he sees somebody, an Egyptian, beating an Israelite. And this thing gets into Moses. And it messes him up. Moses goes there. I'm sure hakuenda akamgonga direct. Alimwambia wewe wachana na mwana Israeli. Wacha afanye kazi tu. I'm sure because I don't see the scenario I'm sure there was maybe a dialogue. Maybe it's not stated in the Bible, but there was a dialogue. Wachana na huyu. Nini, and I know the Egyptian maybe was, I don't know the scenario there. But because God had placed that passion in him, that love for the people of Israelites, Moses ended up killing the Egyptian. This is a crown prince. Remember that. Mm-hmm. He ended up killing the Egyptian. And I would like to ask you, Najua, I'm the guest here and you're the one supposed to ask me questions. Uh-huh. But let me ask you, was that right?
For Moses, the scenario, I don't think it was right. It wasn't right for him to kill. He's an Egyptian. Mm-hmm. He's an Egyptian to kill another Egyptian. Mm-hmm. From my point of view, it was against the law. Mm-hmm. But for now, if you put the passion thing, it makes the scenario true.
Good. God had placed this nini. For sure, it wasn't right. Because actually, this time hata kukuwa na the 10 commandments. So we cannot say killing was a sin. Okay. So you find God has placed the right passions inside you, but for you to create the right impact, okay, you need strategy. Okay, you need strategy. Like for Moses, I'm sure he didn't know that he was actually meant to rescue the Israelites from Egypt. But there is this passion inside him. He loves the people of Israel that he cannot even stand to see them being harassed. He cannot stand to see Israelites as slaves because he loves these people so much. That is the passion God has placed inside Moses. We see now this scenario where now Moses has to escape. I'm sure if Moses maybe handled that differently, I don't know what the plan of God would have been, but I'm trying to see. Maybe he would have given even the Israelites, when he became Pharaoh, for example, maybe years later on, Pharaoh is dead and now he's the, Pharaoh, and now he would have let the children of Israel go, or even give them, citizenship. As I mean, now you are no longer slaves here.
Or like Joseph. Remember Joseph when he got Niniaka?
Yes.
He brought them. So now
yes.
I get here, yes.
So I'm sure killing or him fleeing from the land of Egypt, God had to go again and re-strategize how he will rescue these people using this same man. So for me, I think you can have the right passion inside you, but how you demonstrate it is wrong. Okay? And the impact you create is wrong.
Okay, yes.
Okay? Mm-hmm. So for you to really know your purpose, or for you to actually for your purpose to be impactful, you really need to understand one thing. What is this passion? What do I have? Why am I so passionate about this? Okay? Mm-hmm. You need to understand that. Why am I passionate about one? Why am I passionate about, two? Why am I feeling like this? Okay? Mm-hmm. And then from there, once you've defined what you're really passionate about, you can be able to have now a strategy to go about it. Okay? Now create a purpose out of your passion you have. out of the passion you have. You know, okay, for example, I see I'm passionate about nipeni ni moja tu
about football.
I'm passionate about football. Okay,
okay.
naonanga tu maybe Messi akicheza and I'm like, I would love to become like this person here. How do I make that impactful? I need to go look for a local football team first. Now I've nimeingia kwa strategy. The first thing nimejua, I have a passion in football. Okay, yes. Let me look for our local football team. Okay, my younger brother anachezanga kwa local football team huko mtaa inaitwa Kawangware United. KU. So like once he's there, he's able to practice his passion. He's able to, you know, meet people of the same caliber, people who have same passion with him, and they're able to grow from there, because you cannot grow alone. So you need to find people from your same, with the same passion, with the same drive, and then from there you're able to actually rescue or to take full advantage of this passion that you have. So how to make it very impactful is now you're inside the field. Yes. Now from there you let the wind flow.
Yes, wind flow. How?
What I mean is, so long as you're in the field, like umeingia kwa football team, you are there, you continue playing there, and then give it time. Give it time. Continue, give it time. The problem is, unataka kuingia football na upate results hizo, hiyo nayo itaweza, but give it time, and then from there you will be able to see somebody will note you from wherever you are. But if you don't do anything, then there is no impact at all. So the only way to create impact out of passion is action.
And I think the issue about time, I think is the one whereby you're saying you do your sacrifice, and from there until you're getting people will see your passion, and maybe you can get reward out of there.
So what I mean is you need to set clear goals.
Yes.
You need to build a supportive environment. You need to take consistent actions. You need to, after you've taken the consistent action again and again and again, you need to come now to a point where you reflect and reassess. Where now you sit down and ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? How can I change whatever? You know, I'm still within the environment, but how can I make it even better when you're not seeing fruits? But because the problem is you can be consistent and not see fruits.
You can be consistent but not see fruits.
Yes. Wow. So you need to reach to a point where you reflect and reassess again. You reflect into the goals you have. You reflect into, you know, this evolvement that you've had. You know, you need to understand it and understand it clearly. But the problem comes when now you give up when it doesn't work out. You know, you give up. Like, you know, I've dealt with talent development for quite some time. And I've seen young people who are very much talented, good dancers, good musicians, good actors, good poets. And you see, wamejaribu, they have given into it. They have given everything they have into it. But they give up along the way because despite the consistent actions, it didn't bear fruit. They didn't reach the last phase, that is reflect and reassess. I would love to give a good example of somebody called this comedian, Diana Daisy Gau. Have you heard of that lady?
Kenyan.
Yes, Kenyan comedian.
What's her name?
Diana Daisy.
That's the state.
Anaitwa Gau.
Gau.
Yes. So she's a comedian. You know, online comedy, akina crazy and all that. That's such kind of comedy. And the girl was here in Kenya doing comedy, but akafika mahali ikakani stagnant. She's very stagnant. And then she decided to do, you know, I think she reached this point of reflecting and reassessing everything. And she was like, okay, I've done my best here. I've gotten what I've gotten, but now it's time for me to do an extra thing. So she decided to do these YouTube vlogs for travel vlogs. My friend, right now ako mahali kunaitwa Papua New Guinea. Okay? And the lady is almost 1 million followers. Alienda Papua New Guinea na 400k followers. Saizi ako 960 something followers. Out of the Papua New Guinea, the travel vlog, it has given her a certain identity. You see, she reached this point of reflecting and reassessing. You're not really giving up into whatever. You just need to be realistic, because sometimes you need to be realistic into whatever you're chasing. Okay, so she was there, and now she's actually doing good. You should go and look into her. Ensure you look into her, because she was doing comedy hapa Kenya na comedians ni wengi, but right now she has gone outside there. You know, she has met even the Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea. Yani, she's making things out there that she was not able to make here in Kenya. She's meeting people out there that she was not able to meet here in Kenya. So such kind of characters, they tell you need to reach to a point where you reflect and reassess.
So Alex, let me just there's a point which you are raising, and I think it's very good you have raised it at this forum. Never give up. You know, it's now like you, after doing your strategies and reflecting, there's that do you call it giving up? Because this lady you have given us an example, and there are many out there. She was a comedian, but at some point you can use the word give up, but it's not giving up. You're getting that she gave up in comedy, but she got into. You're getting that how can you? Because there's this famous never give up. I'm a musician. Let me just use example. I'm a musician. Hiyo tu ni example. Nimeimba, but after reflecting and reassessing, it's not working. But I want to change strategy. How can you? So unasikia hapo there's the word giving up music, but sasa natakwa like I think there are also some politician like who nani mtoiwa Kamoto. She used to be a comedian. Then final now is a MP. See, there was a time in his
You're
life.
Talking of KJ. He's my MP.
Yes. So the time in his life he gave up comedy. So I can hear. How do you?
Okay.
There's this narration. When I want you to tackle this narration, never give up in your strategy.
So I can say Daisy Gao didn't give up. What Daisy Gao did, he metamorphosized.
From moth to a butterfly.
Yes. So because giving up is now you reach a point and I'm not doing anything else. That is what I call giving up for me. Like for me, I will say I was in a point where I felt like giving up. I've been on the ballot twice. 2027, it will be the third time I'm on the ballot and I'm not yet even 30.
Congrats.
Okay? It's not something to congratulate me. Okay? It's because as much as it sounds resilience and all that, but it's a painful journey. Okay? So I was giving you now the second time when I lost an election, I was at a point of giving up, I would say. I was asking myself questions. Then I went to God and told God, God, give me direction. Because I'm at this point, you promised me that this is my area. So kindly give me direction. I went to God and he told me, write. I started writing down my story, how I found myself at the ballot at 19 years. And I wrote my first book that is the Stepping Stones. And that book gave me a point of realization. It made me realize the journey that I've come so far. It made me appreciate everything that I took for granted. It made me, as much as I was writing it to the young people, to encourage them to keep going and everything. But it was so much of an encouragement to me personally. Okay. And you see, people actually might think, he's now an author, not a politician. But when I was introducing myself, I said I'm an author, political visionary, and a youth leader. You cannot be one thing ati sasa maisha yako yote tu wewe unajulikana na kitu moja. You cannot be just one thing.
Because even Moses, I think the example you gave is the one who gave us 10 commandments.
Yes.
Is the one who got free from the Israelites.
Yes.
From, brought, so
yes.
like you're saying.
So you cannot be one thing. And it is good to understand there comes a time when whatever you are passionate about, it is a doorway to who you are supposed to be. It's not just, it doesn't mean that is what you will do forever. It just means it is directing you to the right path, to your purpose. So did Daisy Gao give up? No. She did her best here in Kenya as a comedian. She tried. She gave it all. And then she came and reflected, reassessed, and then she was like, nah, it's now time to do travel blog. Because comedians are so many in Kenya. It's good to always come back. Now, it's not only when you feel you're giving up, always reassess and reflect after a certain period of time. What am I doing? We always set New Year resolutions. Sijui zako za hii mwaka umefikisha wapi? Okay? Because we have those, we set our ambitions clear. This is what I want to achieve. This is what I want to achieve and all that. Now I'm sure it's not one resolution you've written. Umeandika kadhaa. Okay?
Another example coming in my mind, I know you are familiar with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
He was an actor. He became governor, then tena karudi. I think it's the same thing. At one time alikuwa the acting thing, labda career says, I get your point 100%. So viewers, I'll still want to remind you, the show it's called the ENVILA Show, and our guest is Alex. And I'll ask you to continue to subscribe, continue to share, and I'd really like to hear your feedback. So Alex, I'd like us to go to the next question. In your view, is it possible for someone to create real impact doing something they are not passionate about?
Yes.
How as in, can you expound on it? Because this person, a good example, for example.
Let me ask you, if you became the president today, would you create an impact?
Totally.
It doesn't mean you're passionate about it. It doesn't mean you're really passionate about it. It's because you just, and let me put this way first. You see, leaders, they are born and they are made.
Yes.
There are those who are born, there are those who are made. But leaders are born and made. What do I mean? When somebody has the innate attribute of leadership inside them, they tend to live, there's that life that they live to just show their leaders. Even, even as a child, your parents will look and say, this one, unakaa kiongozi huyu, okay? Because of how you go about things. But, you see, circumstances are what brings about true leadership. What do I mean? Let me go. You see, the challenges are what make leaders. You can be born a leader and you will never, ever be one. And you can, maybe you are not born a leader, but the circumstances around you made you a leader. So what was the question?
The question is, can you create impact doing something
That you're not passionate about. So there are those people who find themselves at places of influence. It's not like they're passionate about it, but they're there and they're making impact there. Okay?
Yes.
So for me, I will say that is a yes answer. There are so many people out here who are doing things fast. Like for example, wewe umesota nini, umeamua kwenda kufanya kazi na kazi unaenda, you will create impact there wherever the environment you are, because humans are agents of impact, because we are emotional beings. So everywhere we go, there must be an impact. The fact that I've come here, it's an impact I'm creating. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm passionate about this or whatever, but the fact that I'm a human, everywhere I go, there must be an impact. So impact is mostly by wherever you are, and impact can be negative or positive. We are seeing only impact as positive, Mandela style, and
Yeah.
but impact can be negative also. So what kind of impact are we talking about in this scenario?
It's a open one.
Yes. So I would say it's a yes question, depending first on the person, wherever they are. Yes. If umekuja you don't love your job but you're still going there, there is an impact you're doing. At the end of the day, there is an impact you're doing. But there are also people who really would love to be in your place. They're passionate about what you're doing, but they will never be there. They will never reach there. They'll be like Moses. Wataona Kanani, watafika. Na isile Kanani ya baba.
You imefika, it has reached, it has hapo. I think that question is 100%. So to my seventh question, or my next question, viewers, continue subscribing, continue commenting, and our guest is Alex. Is this person tutakupea another opportunity you expound. We'll give you a time at least you expound more about who you are totally. Now let's talk about access, turning passion into impact. There's this issue about privilege. There are those, for example, I like using sports, football. I'm good at playing soccer. But sasa tunaenda kuchaguliwa cause nani, ile mapendeleo anachaguliwa. Then there are those who are like cause they have money. As in, I'm a musician, you may release the same music, the same nini, but cause I have connection na watu wa TV, watu wa nini, my song gets more airplay. So now the question is this: does impact depend on privilege, like connection, education, or financial support to you? The impact, because we are talking about passion and impact. You have the same passion, and labda you have since kasema 100% we have sacrificed the same energy, but because labda so you're getting that capacity.
Yeah, I get you. I get the question. So this is what I'll say. I'll give you two people because according to your question, I'll give you James and John. Hizo ni majina zimekaribiana. James and Evans. Aya, James is passionate about, let's do music, music. John is passionate about music. Okay? Aya, James here ndio tumesema ako passionate about music, na John pia na Evans ako pia wako music wote. Yes. James, apparently what you are asking is James has the capital muscles, maybe wazazi wake ni matajiri and all that, si ndio? But Evans doesn't.
Yes.
Okay? Aya. And so which means what you are asking does impact these two, the kind of impact that they will have at the end of the day. Now, let me answer you. It depends. It depends with the drive and the the drive of this person we call James. You might have money, you might have, you know, the muscles and everything, but if you don't have the drive, it might not take you far. At least you have an added advantage because we are living in such a world. People are born with silver, unasemanga spoons
Silver
ama ni
platter.
golden spoons ama silver platter. Okay, and there are those who are born without. I'm sure if my father was a billionaire somewhere nikasimama 29 nikiwa 19, I would have been hiyo kitu ningeenda. And then we have now Evans. Let's say Evans is passionate about it. Evans is still doing music but doesn't have the financial muscles of John or James. Nabadilisha
James Evans.
Okay? So at the end of the day, it also remains the thrill, the push that Evans have. Okay? If he's from a low background na bado hana push, then he's doomed. He's doomed completely. At least huyu Evans tutasema kidogo anaweza jaribu hapa kule, but for John it is total condemnation. He won't go anywhere. And that's why actually I always say when you don't have it, when like I always say when you're struggling or when you don't have for example, you have a vision, you have a passion in something, but you don't have finances, that is a reason for you to actually go for it, even to put more even efforts. That is not a reason to hinder you. That should be a reason that should be a fuel to make you even go for it with everything that you have. Because for you, you have nothing to lose. James has some money to lose. For you, you have nothing to lose. And people ask me, Alex, how do you manage, how did you manage to do politics while that you're that young? Who finances you? I tell them, nobody will come to finance you if you don't show them you are serious about this and you're into it. Nobody will come ati akwambie, hey, OJ, ni aje? Unataka kusimama MCA? Sushike imula, wapi? You have to put everything that you have into your vision, you have to show them that you believe in yourself before they believe in you. Okay?
Yes.
So for these two, it all depends with what really drives them. If James has the money, has the thrill, has the drive, the money makes it easy for him. If Evans has the passion, okay, and the talent, it's for him. What will work for him is the consistency and discipline.
Yes. Yes.
That is what will make him go far. So I will say all of us have something we call equal chance. In as much as there are those born with different, capabilities and all that, and there are those who are surrounded by, different advantages. But at the end of the day, it's about what really drives you. And if you don't have the advantages of the other, how do you cover it? So impact is, as I've said, all humans have the capability to make an impact. All humans. Whether you're breathing or whether you're wherever you are, you have that capability to make impact. Even without passion, sorry to say.
Even without passion.
It depends on the kind of impact you're making. And if you allow me, okay, it's okay. Wacha hiyo tutanini nikimalizia.
So what has come into my mind, there was this artist, me, okay, because we are talking about music. I remember when Diamond was coming out. Back then there were people wale wakina sijui nani ndio kusema. But I think also because of discipline, consistency, maybe those are some of the things which contributed to it has answered me. Now, to my eighth question, ama the next question. Do you think some people mistake popularity and visibility for impact? Because I have some examples. There's this lady, Wanjira Madai. I know the daughter of Wangari Madai.
Wanjira
Madai. She's very nini. She has done a lot of any impactful environment. Even if you Google, she's doing a lot of nini. But popularity.
Wanjira.
There's Wanjira Madai, the daughter of Wangari Madai.
Even
you maybe you don't know but in the background she's doing a lot of things. I can bring another example of Elisa Majimbo. There's this lady, I mean, win a lot of awards. These are just names which there are those who are famous and there are those who are like who are backgrounds too. Now the question is, do you think some people mistake these because they are popular, because they are visible, they're creating impact? Do you feel in India? Because me sasa, for example, let's just go politics kidogo. Because me ni ndo governor, do I make more impact kaule kuna kale ka NGO fulani? Do you feel? Do you get the question?
Yeah, I get the question. Being popular doesn't mean you're making impact, and by this I will say positive one.
Yes.
And you can be popular for sure, and for sure there are those who mistake it because you're popular. You'll get the likes and the views. That's an impact of itself, but when we are talking about real impact that actually change, destinies, change how things are done, it becomes different. So I would say in such a scenario, I don't think being popular alone, you're just popular. You stand for nothing. I'm not against being popular. I'm against being popular for nothing. Just because when mtoto wa Sonko you think you're impactful. No, you are not. Okay. It means what I would love to say is at the end of the day, you have the viewers, you have the numbers. What are you doing with those numbers? What are you doing? What is it that really you're doing with the numbers that you have? We have seen, the problem with being just popular is because you become popular for a certain period of time. I won't mention people because, of whatever issues. But we have seen people trending 2-3 days, popular. And then after that, we never hear from them. After some 1 year or 2 years, we hear, hey guys, help me, nisaidieni, nini. Because being popular doesn't necessarily mean you'll make any impact. Because you can, but when popularity is met with preparedness, now that is something else.
Oh, preparedness, yes.
Yes. When somebody becomes popular and they were prepared for that, because the problem is we have people who became popular, but they were not prepared for it. But when it comes and you have been prepared for this popularity, you will take full advantage of it and the impact you will create. Like, let me give a good example. This young man who watu walikuwa wanasema he will just be popular for a week and then tumsahau. Steve was Simple Boy.
Simple Boy, yeah.
I can say him or the manager or the person managing him, they were very much ready for the opportunity. They have taken advantage of it. Na clout wamechase, it's okay, iko sawa, but they have taken advantage of it in as much as tuko tunaona huyu tumpe tu wiki mbili. Now this is years later, we will still hear him. So being popular is not enough. It's how prepared are you with your popularity. We have people who became popular and they were not prepared for it. Yes, they will get views. Utapata unaona kuna celebrities hata wako na 2 million followers on Instagram and but we don't hear from them anymore.
Yes.
Unashindwa wale 2 million followers kwani walienda wapi? Because popularity is temporary. Popularity is temporary. Umenipea a good example ya Diamond. Okay? He came to the music industry and now it's for 2 decades. He has been there. Munasikia jina yake in and out. That is a person who was ready for it. Na ukiangalia hakukuja tu akakuwa tu. He has prepared for it over time and over time. Before we knew him, he was somewhere being prepared. Okay? But we have so many popular people. And Pastor T says something that they are alikuwa anasema aje, you don't have to be great to be famous.
You don't have to be great to be famous.
Yes, and you don't have to be famous to be great. So there are famous people who are not great, and there are great people who are not famous. So does popularity really take nini? No. I will say you can create impact even without much popularity. As you have said, umesema huyo mtoto wa Madai.
Yes.
Okay? She's making an impact. Maybe hatumjui hata huku nje. She's doing her work. Alex here is doing his work outside there. He's trying to make an impact. Okay? He's making impact wherever he is. Okay? There are so many young people. They are doing whatever they are doing outside there. They are not popular, but when such kind of people are met with popularity, it will become something like that of Diamond. Decades after decades, you're still talking about it. Look at Nelson Mandela. I'm sure for the 27 years he was in prison, he was preparing for that time he will step out of that prison. And when he stepped out, if there is one character that his name will be mentioned even after we are gone, even like 100 years from now, it's Nelson Mandela. He's like, what can I say? His name, let me not compare him to, but his name will be, it has been here. And it will be like, because he was very much prepared. I'm sure the time he was in prison, he went to what we are calling reassessing and reflecting.
Yes.
And reassessing and reflecting for 27 years is not easy. In prison, total darkness, it's not easy. But this man did it. So I can say it's not really about the fame.
Yes.
It's about what is inside the famous person. What is really inside them? What really drives them? And then from there, how prepared are they? Because OJ, hii show tunafanya, inaweza fika a hit, but if we are not prepared for it, OJ, ni hii show tu ita hit. Na isaulike. But when you are prepared for it, you'll become the next greatest podcast. So it's about preparedness. How prepared are you? It's not just fame is something that comes, a certain period. And when you use good time into it, then wait for impact.
Hey, viewers, our guest Alex, is making the show on fire. So I'll still continue requesting you to share your feedback, subscribe, and continue to like. The show is called ENVILA Show. So now I want us to, we're about winding up. Now this one is, I'll just read it the way it is. What is the most unpopular opinion you hold about passion, purpose, or impact? Something people might not agree with, but you believe is true. Now this is you. Now this is Alex Miringu.
Read that question again.
What is the most unpopular opinion you hold about passion, purpose, or impact? Something people might not agree with, but you believe is true. You personally believe is true. Ile mtu kama anasema lakini wewe you can stand with it. You might like endelea from kwa hata kusema ile really never give up, but you have already said it. So like, which one do you feel?
I would say that you need to have everything, or you need to like to be. Rudie hiyo swali sijaget.
Yani, what is the most unpopular opinion you hold about passion, purpose, or impact?
Good. I would say that you need enough capital, enough money, enough, prepared, enough money to chase your vision, your purpose, or your passion. You don't. Yes, that is the unpopular one I have.
Why do you say that? Why? Because
so unaona, si umesema unpopular, so let me give you that. You don't need.
Okay. But I feel, for argument's sake, see if you need it.
It's unpopular, so there is no. Now, you want us to argue about my unpopular part? Now, okay, it's okay. Let me now tell you. As nimetoka kusema hapa and I thought utakumbuka. If you let money, for example, stand in the web of between you and passion, you will never be able to achieve anything. I remember there was a time I was unemployed. You know what I did? I started a business. And this is what I did. Took some few things kwa shop ya mtu, nikapiga picha, posted it. Yeah, some few friends liked it. And they were like, hey, niletee your product. Ni how much? Okay, huyu anauza hivi, naongeza bei kidogo, nakula profit yangu, naenda naambia best yangu, ni aje? Nataka kudeliver your product, ndakuletea pesa, once a client amelipa. Is that fine? Very fine. Product ikatoka. I remember it was a fridge. I made my first money in that business. Nikaona this good business. I went ahead. Nikaendelea tu kupost. Sasa nikaona kupost kwa status si enough. Nika create WhatsApp group. People started calling me to deliver those products. Electronics, nini, left, right, center. Right now, I have a website for online deliveries. I don't have a shop, physical shop, but you just need to go to my website, order whatever you want. Once you order whatever you want, the communication will be sent to whoever has that product, and they will deliver that. And then for me, I will take my profits.
Yeah, no, that one, you've answered it.
So you don't need money to actually start a business. You don't need money to, you just need to have the right mindset and the right attitude. For me, that's my unpopular nini. In as much as most people won't agree, we are doing nini anasema, but I've tried it myself. I didn't have money in 2019 when I was going in the ballot. I was just from high school. 2017, I was just from high school. I was in the ballot the next year. 2016 ndio nimaliza nini, 2019 nini kwa ballot 2017. I never had the ballot. My father is not rich. Tuwezi sema ati sasa yeye ndiye nini. But people kuona anashinda sasa nini kanataka, okay? But I have the passion inside me. I went ahead, campaigned. I did a campaign nini inaitwaje, fundraiser. Nobody came. Nobody, because I was a teenager. Who would have come? Teenagers to that fundraiser. Teenagers ndio wangekuja. So you don't need money to chase passion. You don't need money to chase your purpose. You don't need money to start a business. You just need to have the right mindset.
Oh,
That's my unpopular view.
Hiyo imeingia na understand. Now, thank you Mr. Alex. If your passion was a person and you met them in a matatu, what would you say to him right now? Just jibu tu. Umekutana na passion wako bana. Hiyo ni funny fact.
I will ask them, are you okay?
Unampiga kibari.
Uko sawa wewe? Because I think whatever my passion has led me to do, it's crazy. I think my passion is not okay. Yes. So I would ask them first that. Okay? Uko sawa? Ama ulichizi ni minute.
Sawa, all yes. It there. Question number 3, still at the same mode. Between your passion and your love for food, which has made you cry more and why?
My passion.
Why?
Because I feel sometimes I feel like it's far away from being achieved. Yes.
Last but not least.
But I'll still love food. Unajua, you remember hizi discussions tulikuwa nazo tukiwa high school, education is better than money.
Yes.
What will be the argument today?
Later you do mula. Haya, still the same note. If your passion had a ringtone ama background, unajua like a background music. What theme song would it be? Na useme ni Jerusalem. Yani what theme song would it be? Assume you've gotten the question.
Burudia.
Your passion had a ringtone or a background theme song. What will that be?
What will that be?
Yeah, which song will be playing in the background?
Promise me, son, not to do the things I did.
That's a country music by Kenny
Rogers.
Oh. Final, your favorite football team?
My favorite football team. I'm not a football fan, but my childhood football team, I'll say it's Manchester United.
Manchester, best favorite Kenyan musician.
Best favorite Kenyan musician. Hey.
Bado tuko Kenya.
Tuko Kenya.
Unarekodiwa. Siku moja si
I will say this lady by the name, she's a gospel minister. Okay, sisikizangi secular sana. Okay, you know, as an MC, I find myself listening to secular just for the sake of events and all that. Kujua tu up to date. But my favorite musician, ule naweza sema ni musician, ni anaitwa kwani nimesahau jina yake. Naweza imba wimbo yake moja. This lady anaitwa nimesahau jina yake. Funny. Wait.
Anaimba.
Anaimba.
He's a lady.
Yes. She's a lady. Anaitwa Kestin Bogo, sorry. Yes. Kestin Bogo.
And your favorite East African musician? No, East African musician. Rwanda ni East Africa.
Yeah, it's part. Nina siri na Yesu.
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem.
Okay. Israeli
Mbonyi.
Haya. Hii bado itakuwa tu tutaileta tu. Which team would you prefer not to win the next
Arsenal.
Season? I'm not finished the question. Well, kuna Arsenal fans anyway. Alex, tukita kumaliza as a ENVILA, we bought you some gift.
Oh, thank you.
So with your permission to quite at least correct one by one. It's okay.
It's okay.
So kitu ya kwanza we gave you nini? At least your t-shirts.
Nice. Hey, Le brand.
Branded t-shirt. Ilikuwa kwanza. Ya pili, nice. We also felt kama mwanaume at least ka key holder. Ndio si ile key holder. At least ni kwa nini?
Mungu wangu. Simuniite huku tena.
Then bado tu tukiendelea tukasema a very labda siku leo utakuwa MP, MCA whatever. at least a notebook.
My God.
Utakuwa unaandika ya nini.
Very nice.
Your word by one. Then a notebook comes with a pen. Hiyo tumeini.
Nice.
Na tukasema bado, last but not least, tukasema at least as the nini, our special guest.
Wow.
This is a magic cup. I think you're familiar with it. Ukiangalia kwa pale it has your logo. I think they don't even see, but ikiwekwa chai utaweza siku moja. So it's a nini gift, it's a gift hamper.
Thank you.
Just to say thank you.
Thank you.
Because we are really honored.
Thank you.
You've taken your time. The viewers, umetufundisha. What the guest na nini. So before now we give it the outro. We'll give you an opportunity at least to talk to the viewers.
Wow.
At least tell us. Yeah, it's your
sasa hizi
utawezeka tuko sorry. Tutakupatia tu pole pole.
Good.
I thank you once again tunasema asante. And then let me just pack.
Thank you. So what I would love to ama uniongoje upaka umalize.
Maliza tu kuongea tu hizi ziko hapa hizi ni zako. Hatutasema show imeisha sasa arudisha. Karibu.
Anyway, what I would love to talk to mostly the young people of this nation. We know there is a revolution, there is a revolt by the young people of this nation. And that is, I want to talk to the Gen Zs. Myself being a Gen Z, apparently Mungu aliona ile mwaka majenzi wanaanza ndio nilizaliwa. Yaani alisema mimi sitakuwa millennial. Yes. So, I want to talk to the young people and mostly concerning this passion thing, because whatever we see them doing in the streets, that is a passion they are trying to show outside there. They are not standing against something, they are standing for something. They are not standing against someone, they are standing for themselves. Okay? Because I know there is this tendency where we think they are standing against the president. No. We as the Gen Zs, we are standing for something. We are standing for justice. We are standing for inclusivity. And we are standing for jobs, for opportunities for us. So, and this passion that we have as young people, I would love, the president, I would love the leadership of this nation to not overlook this passion, to not overlook these desires that we have for this nation. Because once they overlook this, President Uhuru Kenyatta said, it's like a timing bomb. It's ticking. Okay? It's ticking. It's only sasa saizi iko 5, 4, 3. Wakati wa Uhuru ilikuwa maybe 1 minute, 59 seconds. Right now it is almost there. And I want to urge our leaders to stop taking or trying to discredit this movement by bringing guns to destroy, because we know it is the leaders who are doing this. Where I come from, Dagoretti, the remembrance, June 25th, the remembrance protest, it also happened there, but it wasn't a protest. It was goons who were deployed to terrorize the people of Dagoretti, and it is totally wrong. It is totally wrong. I want to beseech our leaders, stop trying to discredit this movement. Listen to us. Listen to our cry. Stop killing us. It is the blood that has been shed is enough. Let it stop there. Because if we continue like this, we won't have a country. And our president himself won't have even a country to rule over. So this passion that we have as young people, let it be heard. Let no one discredit it. Otherwise, we might not have the president and all these leaders. They might not have people to rule over. Because if they continue killing us, when they kill one, they are raising 1,000 more. When they silence one voice, 1,000 more voices are coming up. and we are there. And the youths, they don't want much. Just give them an environment where they're able to operate in. You know, give them, there's no way you're telling us education is the key. And then after we are done with education, we find, yeah, the padlocks changed. And then you tell us, open businesses. But again, bureaucracy chokes us. You choke us with taxes. You choke us with kanjo. Everything is choking us. So whatever I would love to tell the president and all leaders of this nation, instead of discrediting this movement, listen to us. We are the people of this nation, and we ask to be listened. And we are not fighting against you, Ruto. We are not fighting against any leader of this nation. We are fighting for justice. We are fighting for inclusivity and for opportunity. And if those three things are provided, then you won't see us on the streets. Yes, thank you.
That is Alex, our guest at the ENVILA show, and we are very, very happy to host him. So, viewers, I'd really like to ask you to continue subscribing, continue commenting, continue sharing, and we'd really, really like to hear more from you.